Hello, dear friends. Hell is other people, and the human beings are self-made, said the existentialist philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre. But others can also be heaven when in good company. Opinion piece: Lowly Path, Lowly Planet, Solitary Awakening, Gradual Ascension, The Color of Solitude, 100 Years of Solitude, Spiritual Backpapers, Independent Travelers, The Universal Human Being. Let's start. The lowly path of awakening refers to a path of personal and spiritual development that the human being undertakes on his or her own, without the guidance and support of a spiritual leader or a spiritual community. It is a path that involves self-discovery and self-inquiry, and focuses on the development of consciousness and enlightenment. The path to awakening is a silent and lowly road. It is difficult to match this ascetic ideal with the fashion for eco-villages, but these are based on respect for one's privacy and the need to raise one's children in nature. Every Tibetan monastery is a community, but it is usually surrounded by caves so that monks can make long retreats in solitude. This would be a good way to combine solitude with society. In reality, any path of introspection is solitary, because it is something that cannot be socialized. Those on the spiritual path must distance themselves from people and keep silence in their minds. As Rumi said, "There is nothing outside you. Look within, for whatever you desire is there. You are that." Retreat is deeply rooted in the Buddhist tradition, just as it was in the Christian tradition with the Desert Fathers, who were the first hermits. Of course, solitude can be hell for those who can't stand themselves. Solitude. Solitude can provide time and space to reflect, relax, reduce stress, stimulate creativity, and encourage independence and personal growth. Solitude can also be a conscious choice, as in the case of people who prefer to spend time alone to enjoy hobbies or simply to rest. The color of solitude is a subjective issue and can be different for each being. Some people might associate loneliness with cold, dark colors such as dark blue, grey or black. Others may think of softer, more subtle colors such as white or light grey. Walking the spiritual path can be a narrow, challenging and lonely journey, but you have to do it for yourself, and you can't expect anyone else to do it for you. Your friends probably won't understand. Your parents may or may not support you, and the society around you may call you weight or put pressure on you. Look inward and live from the guidance of your own soul. Don't let the crowd define you. Lean on your higher self. Introspection. The path of awakening can be a lonely one, in the sense that the being on the path must seek his or her own answers and find his or her own path, often through meditation, introspection, and personal exploration. Although it may be solitary, it doesn't imply social isolation. A support can be sought from others who are on a similar path. The solitary path of awakening is a personal and unique quest, which can lead the self to experience heightened states of consciousness, greater mental clarity, a sense of connection with the universe, and a deeper understanding of life and existence. However, it can also be a difficult and challenging path, as it involves confronting and overcoming limiting mental and emotional patterns that can hinder personal growth. According to Lorin Kren, one of the main reasons why human beings struggle in today's world is that their path to awakening is often a lonely one, at least for a certain period of time. Due to a lack of healthy role models, most find themselves in friendship circles that do not serve them and at worst are lacking in integrity. Lonely Planet. Lonely Planet is the title of a popular British television series that focuses on the exploration of tourist destinations around the world. The title of the series refers to the idea that the traveler is alone on an unknown planet, implying a sense of adventure and discovery. The series, which began airing in 2003, is known for its focus on off-the-beaten-path destinations, and its enthusiastic and experienced travel presenters. Episodes feature detailed information about the destinations, including cultural, historical, and sightseeing facts, as well as suggestions on the best places to stay, eat, and visit. In addition to the TV series, Lonely Planet is also the name of a renowned travel guide, known for its focus on destinations for backpackers and independent travelers, as well as its detailed destination information and coverage of off-the-beaten-path destinations. 100 Years of Solitude. 100 Years of Solitude is the title of a novel written by the brilliant Colombian writer Gabriel Garcia Marquez. The novel tells the story of the Buendia family over 7 generations in the fictional village of Macondo and explores themes of loneliness, love, war, death, family, identity, and history. The title of the novel is symbolic and represents the idea that loneliness is a human being condition that repeats itself over time and affects future generations. The novel presents a world in which the characters are isolated from each other, even when they are together, and in which loneliness is a destructive force that shapes their lives. Furthermore, the title also refers to the idea that time repeats itself cyclically and that history repeats itself over and over again, no matter how hard people try to change their destiny. The novel suggests that loneliness and repetition of history are essential characteristics of the humankind condition, and that we can only overcome them through love, compassion, and understanding. Homo universalis. Homo universalis is a Latin expression meaning universal human being. It refers to a person who has knowledge and skills in a wide range of fields and disciplines, rather than specializing in one area. It is someone who has a curious and open mind and seeks to learn and understand the world from different perspectives and disciplines. In history, there have been people who have been considered Homo universalis, such as Leonardo da Vinci, who excelled in fields such as painting, sculpture, architecture, engineering, anatomy, and astronomy, among others. However, being a universal human being is not an easy thing to achieve, as it requires great dedication and effort to develop skills and knowledge in different areas. New Species. Deconstruction of Darkness and Rebuilding by Light by Steve Biko. We are going through a period of rapid deconstruction, even collapse, at exactly the same time as we see boots on the ground, light workers, white hats gathering to finish the cleansing and rebuild or restore the ascending earth. One of the characteristics of our ascension is the new species of human being or humankind called Homo universalis, which is interdimensional. These two movements, deconstruction and reconstructions, are occurring simultaneously, unsuspected by most of the world, until the emergency transmissions awaken everyone, which I hope will be soon. It is simply that no more Homo sapiens will be born. All babies born will be Homo universalis, with no ice age and no continent collapse. Simply the Creator changes the design and begins to produce a new model. Every available outlet is being used to take home those who decline ascension or have not assimilated the light necessary to survive in the more refined frequencies. Those who do not anchor the divine qualities cannot stay and say, "No, thank you, I'm not interested." They will not have sufficient substantiality, materiality, wisdom to sustain the frequency necessary to exist physically on the new earth. Opposite movement. With the advent of the QFS, the deconstruction of darkness is aided. The white hats of the coalition can close all access to funds for the dark side. Money is outweighed only by oxygen for them. They are in decline by baptisms into the frequency of love, but we are in ascent. We are affected by the energies of love, just in different ways. They are causing the darkness to dry up on the vine. They are causing us to blossom. The light, I mean, not they. We are open to the energies. We do not resist them. We breathe love, welcoming the light of understanding and seeking peace. We are on the way up, the same escalator that those who will come down later will go up. We do not scold a baby for not being able to walk. We do not scold those who refuse to ascend, but wish them good luck. They will ascend later because everyone does. All will surely realize God. All will be liberated. It may be that some will eat in the morning, some at noon, and some at night, but none will go without food. All, without any exception, will certainly know the real self, according to Ramakrishna. As a gradual ascension takes place undetected, I hope that the missionaries of light are preparing to begin to work with our star family in building the new world. Homo capensis. The term Homo capensis refers to a theory that suggests the existence of an unknown subspecies of humankind that evolved independently in South Africa some 285,000 years ago. According to the theory, Homo capensis would have developed a brain capacity superior to that of modern humans and would have lived in secret in a network of underground cities in South Africa. Karen Hughes believed that the World Bank is controlled by a second species. The remains of their civilization are everywhere, often along the coast. They are submerged because the sea level has risen 400 meters. This group has big brains. They are very different from Homo sapiens. Their DNA is so different that if the two species mated, their offspring would be infertile. In his view, Homo capensis would not only be trying to keep humankind under control by dividing and conquering using our monetary system, but they have also been doing this with our organized religions, trying to get humans to divide and conquer using our monetary system, but they have also been doing this with our organized religions, trying to get humans to divide and conquer using our monetary system, trying to make humankind hate people of different religious beliefs so that they kill each other and cause us like cattle, and can use us like cattle. A study by the Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich found that a small group of elite business leaders control 40% of the world's assets. Based on this fact, Hughes said that the paper money is worthless, and that the whole system will come to a halt with something called gold backlash. The Fed prints dollars like there is no tomorrow, and if they continue, the rest of the world will not accept them. As things stand, the BRICS countries have decided to asset finance trade between these countries and pay the difference in gold. Gold's reversal. Hughes explains his theory of gold backwardation. He refers to a two-step theory that gold reserves no longer exist, or that gold has been stolen, and that banks are short-selling this supposedly non-existent gold to deflate the gold market. Such actions would be part of a plan to lower the price of gold, since when currencies are stable and the stock market strong, gold speculation is less attractive. The theory of gold backwardation is an economic proposal by the Austrian economist Ludwig von Mises in his book Human Action. He argues that when a central bank increases the money supply in an economy by issuing paper money, there is an increase in the price of goods and services in terms of that currency. As prices rise, people begin to lose confidence in the currency and seek refuge in gold. According to his theory, this increased demand for gold causes the value of gold in terms of the currency to rise, which in turn causes the value of the price of goods and services in terms of gold to fall. This process is known as gold recovery, as the currency loses its value in terms of gold. The theory of gold backwardation suggests that government attempts to maintain price stability through the issuance of paper money are unsustainable in the long run, as they unavoidably lead to a loss of confidence in the currency and an increase in the demand for gold as a safe haven of value. In addition, the theory also argues that inflation created by the issuance of paper money can have negative effects on the economy, such as distortions in the estimation of resources and an increase in the prices of goods and services that hurt the poorest. Breaking news. China is increasing its gold reserve because it is preparing for possible future sanctions against it. Beijing began stockpiling bullion as early as November last year. Next, recession. We are on the brink of a recession judging by the economic data. Chris Wadling, chief executive of financial advisory firm Longview Economics, said in an interview on CNBC's Squawk Box Europe on Friday. He also notes that investors may need to prepare for a stock market pullback. Borrell calls on European navies to patrol the Taiwan Strait. Submarine puts Spain among the naval elite. 2023 is said to be the year in which the S-81 Isaac Peral S-80 Plus class submarine will be introduced into service, bringing Spain into the elite club of advanced submersible vessel manufacturers. The Spanish-American War was the first conflict created by false information, because Spain was blamed for the explosion of the battleship Maine in Havana. An initial report from the Cuban government said the explosion had occurred on board, but Hearst and Pulitzer published false rumors of an alleged Spanish plot to sink the ship. The Spanish government offered to conduct an impartial investigation into the matter, but the American public was eager to blame Madrid. In quotes, "We remember the Maine, to hell with Spain," they chanted. Mysterious deaths of cattle found without tanks investigated in Texas. Some had mutilations in other areas of the body, with no trace of blood. The mystery of how the Andes mountain range became so big solved. Geologists at the University of Copenhagen, Denmark, have provided the answer to how the Andes mountain range, which stretches along the west coast of South America, came into being. Scientists at the University of Freiburg, Germany, have developed a biochip that uses electricity to heal wounds up to 3 times faster than normal. Dozens of Kenyan cult followers voluntarily starve themselves to death, believing they will go to heaven. Authorities accuse the cult leader, who is in custody, of offering his followers to completely give up food and water, as well as killing their children to go to heaven to supposedly meet Jesus. The solar storm arrived earlier than expected on Sunday and hit the Earth's magnetic field on 23rd April at 1737 UT. The impact triggered a severe G4 class geomagnetic storm with auroras in Europe as far south as Poland and Lithuania. Just before it arrived, the shock waves accelerated a discharge of high-energy protons towards our planet. The Earth's magnetic field channeled the protons towards the poles, where their ionizing effect caused the absorption of shortwave radio. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.